now. Right, I can't get any pictures up for some reason. I'm new to this YouTube thing. I want to go into the death of Kurt Cobain and how he died and what I think and how the research I've made. Basically, I got into Nirvana properly when I was about 22, and I just listened to it in like my ex's bedroom for ages, and I thought, shit, this is really good music. Well, I've never really like paid much interest, and then once I listened to Nirvana, I really got into like all other bands like that, even like heavy metal, glam, all that, and loved it. Like my dad played similar things, but not heavy metal. When I was younger, it was more like David Bowie and Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Anyway, I researched so much because I really felt like I could relate with Kurt Cobain as an artist and a person and that, and I also wanted to image me and my ex on both of them, or Nancy Spudgeon and Sid Vicious, because I just glamorised it, and like now I'm realising it's probably not the best idea. I've watched every documentary you can think of, if not twice. Yeah, and I've really gone into like thinking about it, and if you think about it, they didn't get a prenup. Kurt had rung Rosemary Carroll, which is Courtney's attorney or whatever, and Danny Goldberg's the husband, which is Nirvana's manager. Anyway, if he wanted a divorce, like, why didn't she grant that? And Courtney always said to Rosemary Carroll too, I want the meanest divorce lawyer. And then in another segment, I wish I could show you, but I haven't worked all these things up. I'll tell you, she did an interview of Kurt Lauder about 9 months after Kurt died. And the story changes with her every time. This is why I think Courtney's a sociopath. Like, if she was, like, a genuine, like, nice human being, the conversation wouldn't keep changing. The story wouldn't keep changing. It was like in a Vanity Fair article. She said that they met 8 years ago, and this would have been 1992. What, so he met Kurt when he was 17? Bullshit. Anyway, I really liked Courtney and that, and I really didn't want to believe she had anything to do with it. I also recently found on another YouTube video that she had Jessica Hopper and Callie Michael duet, and they were like sort of runaway children. They were only 19 and 18 when all this happened, and they were living at Kurt's and that, and she got them both on heroin. They were both looking after the child. No, I think Callie was looking after the child. Like, she either got lesbians or heroin addicts as babysitters. But, like, oh, it's so weird, because Frances Bean was taken out of their care and put into temporary care with Courtney's sister, and Courtney's sister had to be there at all times, which, like, if your kids get taken away, that's a pretty big deal. You must have done something pretty bad, like using that much heroin, and then admitting into an article. This is why sociopaths are stupid. Admitting in an article that you were using while you were pregnant. Your dad, Hank Harrison, told her she was rich. She didn't need Kurt's money to start off with. Like, she had her own money. She had her own album out, Pretty on the Inside. And she went to her dad, I'm rich. And he said he wished she hadn't told her how much money she had in that trust fund. And, like, literally, if you watch her behind the music, she says about how she lied to them, like, relentlessly to get her money. And it worked. And she'd spend it on, like, candles, clothes and drugs. So, yeah. She also, in 1993, I think it was, got a new bassist and a new bass player. A new drummer and a bass player. The drummer was Patty Schmel, I can't say her last name, and the bassist was Kristen Path. And basically, Kurt said about how nice Christian was, but don't say anything to Courtney, which Eric Eraldson obviously did, because they're always Courtney's ex. She's always slept with one of these, but like if it's the other way around, she had a bit of karma basically. and Kurt booked 2 tickets somewhere. I don't know if I believe that whole theory that he was going to run off with her though, because she was preparing to get back with her old band and go on tour, and she came to Seattle to just pack her things up, and the next thing in the morning she's dead in the bathtub of a heroin overdose when she'd just gone to rehab and that. Anyway, pages were ripped out of her diary. Eric and that obviously had a thing for Courtney, so he wouldn't lie for, he would tell things to Courtney that Kurt had said. And then Kurt brought Christian a copy of Perfume, his favourite book, to her, and yeah, so that really annoyed Courtney. She was like, "You fucked my guitar player, and you fucking given my husband eyes." All this shit, yeah? Fucking... I don't know what to think. I'm just trying to go back, and I know I'm going different places with this. There's a picture of Courtney, and it seems to be before she had a nose job, of a picture outside a gig where she's wearing a black dress, and she's got long straight hair, and she's waiting outside apparently to a Nirvana concert. But she's got so many different stories about how she met him. She met him at Dharma Bum's concert in 89 or 88, where she was doing spoken word, and said that he had a girlfriend that was chunky, and then they started wrestling on the floor, and then Everett True backed this up, but then years later after he fell out of Courtney, so it's not true. The true date that Courtney Love met Kurt Cobain was the 12th of October 1991, 1 month after Nevermind came out, and how fucking ironic is that? Went from Billy Corgan to Kurt. She knew Kurt was going to be bigger than Billy, and to this day she still fucks about with Billy, and Billy's always been bitter about this because Kurt had her, and you can tell Billy's not a very nice man, really. I just don't like his arrogance, and I don't really like the Smashing Pumpkins. I think they're shit, to be honest. They're nowhere near as good as Nirvana. I also was a big Hole fan, so like I've got a book on Courtney that she did of her like journals and stuff, and I really definitely believe she's got antisocial personality disorder. To be put in juvenile hall from a young age, she must have had conduct disorder. She's not going to release that she's got antisocial personality though. Of course she's not. In America, everybody's just bipolar. There's nothing else. Over here, in Britain, it's a bit different. Like, it's not bipolar. Not everything is bipolar. And you get it wrong all the time. I've seen so many celebrities diagnosed with it, and it's like, no, they so definitely have a personality disorder, I can just tell. It takes one to know one, like they say. Anyway, getting to the gun, let's say. This is another part. The gun had no fingerprints on it. The gun, all these stories that were put out there, he had a gun and he was feeling suicidal. In the report, she pretended to be Kurt's mother. So there's another fucking lie. He got that gun as protection for trespassers at his home. So, like, my question is who the fuck was with him in that garage, not garage, whatever it's called, like, where they kept their timber and that. No, it's sort of above a garage, I don't know what room, a greenhouse, yeah, it was the greenhouse. They said the stool was wedged up against the store, bullshit as well. Burnt 6 days later, what? So they can't, like, do any evidence on the body? He had Valium and heroin in his body. I don't know about the Rehypnol. I don't know if you can get, like, tested for that. Yeah, I don't know if you can get tested for that. Because I believe also that Kurt was nearly murdered in Rome, and Courtney didn't get him. If she divorced him like he wanted her to, she would have ended up with fuck all. Where they didn't get a prenup yet, she wouldn't have ended up with nothing. Yeah. She may have been a famous woman, a famous band, but there was no way she had about Kurt's money. So she wanted to make sure her and her daughter were going to get that money. And I feel sorry for the daughter because she's grown up seeing what a mess her mum is. I mean, it's all fun and games with Courtney, and she is funny, and I do like her personality. But that's part of the charm of a sociopath. And that's probably what Kurt fell for. But in the end, it killed him. Either way, she offered El Duce, or whatever his name, Eldon Hoke, or whatever his name, £5,000 to blow Kurt's head off. And he didn't do it. But he was like questioned on this documentary called Kurt and Courtney. 4 days later, he was wrenched. He was dead. On a train. Google Alan Wrench. He seems to think he killed both of them and that he's going to get away with them. I promise you, this case will come to justice at one point. It will come up. Because, like, the truth will always come out. The Seattle police didn't want to realise they fucked up. It's going to come out. And the fact that she was in LA, so that proves she's not there to kill him. She had other people there. She lied to Tom Grant about loads of different things. She knew the body was there, dead. She knew it. She was pretending that she was doing a hotel detox. She was in there smacked off her tits, yeah, getting drugs brought to her all the time. And just laying there with her underwear with her fanny out, yeah, basically, from what I've heard. Leland Cobain, Kurt's granddad, said exactly the same about her. Like, her legs were open. He was like, if I was younger, I would have enjoyed it. Like, she's got no ladylike qualities. Like, she's very masculine, and I like that. I'm a sort of masculine bird. But cross your legs, fucking hell, it's not hard. Anyway, I'm going off track with this, but doesn't matter. This is what Paul Kurt, and I believe it is Paul Kurt, he had to put up with, yeah. I don't think he realised what he's getting himself into. I think it was too much for him. She probably got, yeah. There had a lot of domestic disputes where the police were called. Yeah, and, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it's a hard one. It still gets me. Like, I was only bloody 4 when this happened, or 3. So, like, this is me researching as an adult. I've got all the Nirvana books I've read. I haven't read the Charles Cross one. He's apparently a massive Courtney fan. And then there's this other programme where Courtney goes, Kurt died in this jacket. No, he didn't, bitch. You can see what he died in. He died in a shirt and a T-shirt underneath. There's no pictures whatsoever of a jacket or a jacket. Yeah? Callie DeWitt or Dylan Carlson had something to do with his death. They were either sat up there it's probably not Dylan because he's with Tom a lot of the time, right? But Callie, who's still about now and work, yeah. Anyway, sat up there with Kurt, fucking did loads of heroin with him. When he passed out, yeah, he would have shot him because there's absolutely no way Kurt could have got himself in the position with a gun that size and shoot himself with his thumb. I'm sorry. And then for his head not to be blown off, it's just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. And the amount of heroin that was in his system, he wouldn't have even been able to hold the gun.
The recall.
I tried to do an experiment with this antique gun thing that we've got, and it's just like, it's a bit small, but it's sort of okay. But, like, it just, I wasn't that incapacitated, like, on the heroin, but, like, yeah, this is one of my views on it so far. I don't know if I believe whether Kurt was after Christian. I think Kurt just wanted away from Courtney. Maybe there was another girl that we don't even know about, yeah? Because when they went to Carnation, where they've got their cabins, there was cigarettes, and one of the cigarettes had lipstick on. So maybe Kurt had met someone, and I really wish that he was alive and he was able to meet someone who would look after him and be kind to him. Anyway, peace out. Thank you.